now?
Oh, looks like it just switched to excellent connection. Although, oh, there we go. There we go.
You see me?
I see a black screen right now.
All right. Let's give it a few seconds.
There we go. Okay. Oh man, for a second I thought you were playing Oblivion.
Yeah, I am in Cyrodiil. I have a mod that adds Northern Cyrodiil to the game.
I was gonna say, like, this looks exactly like all those freaking the first Empire.
Iliad. Iliad. Let me see. Got my followers here. I have.
Nice.
We're just going through this.
Insert joke about Lydia being the real Dragonborn here.
Yes. I don't know if I told you about this character yet, but I don't know if I showed her on stream, but it's basically my challenge: no weapons, just magic weapons. So I have a conjuration build.
Cool.
Actually working pretty good.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Wait again. Data. Oh, that was something. Yeah, okay.
What?
So, it said no data, but it also said that was 5 p.m. At 5 p.m. So.
Is it working?
Yeah, it's working fine. It's working fine.
Alright, cool.
Yeah. Oh man, one of these days when you're feeling like playing Crusader Kings again, we should do a stream of that because every time I go back, I've watched spoiler warnings series on that so many times and every time I just end up laughing so hard.
Okay.
A lot of crazy stuff.
I haven't actually been playing a lot of Crusader Kings lately. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you have played like 3,000 hours of it, right? So.
Yeah.
Every time I feel like I've been playing too much Civ 6, I'm like, well, Owen's played 3,000 hours of Crusader Kings.
Right. Maybe. Well, maybe. I don't know. I'll make plans. But I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing here. I just kind of stumbled on this place.
Yeah, that's kind of how it always goes for me in Oblivion. I'm always just like, oh.
Probably.
Half the time I can't even figure out where I'm going because all the freaking rooms look the same.
Yep. Right, that way. You know what? Let's make the shortcut.
Cut.
There we go. This way. Alright, there we go. And if I get high enough, you can see to the south there.
So, trying to think what's been. Oh, apparently Microsoft's trying to buy Discord now.
Ah, fun.
Because Bethesda wasn't enough.
Gets. Okay, yeah, I can't go this way, but I go across.
I feel like I'm the only one who thinks this, but I actually like the way Oblivion looks in terms of like nature.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
You know, like Skyrim just feels like it's a bit trying too hard to be realistic to me.
Oh, there we go. See that there?
Yeah.
Like cool, huh?
Yeah.
I feel like I could go there. Right, here's the squad.
Are there any mods that fix the horse physics?
What needs to be fixed? It's all perfect as is.
That's what I was thinking.
Exactly.
Why would you try and fix that?
Can I actually go to Sanctuary? I'm gonna go there.
What's the name of the quest line in this game where you like drink a bunch and then end up like you can't remember?
Yeah, the one with Sanguine.
Yeah.
I think Night to Remember. That's the name of the quest.
Yeah.
Alright.
Commander Shepard's looking over at the Dragonborn like, wait.
You know, every time I play a Surrender Skyrim game, I say this time I'm gonna start figure out how alchemy works. But then I never do.
Gotta start with equivalent exchange. Yeah. Sorry, I've been watching.
Gotta start with eating the char segs. Pick a friend, shit on the ground, and eat it. And that's how alchemy works. Mother word.
Have you seen Fullmetal Alchemist?
Yes.
Oh, I've been rewatching it with my sister who hadn't I've seen all of this is my second time and it's her first time and it's
which version?
It's really good. Brotherhood.
Oh, okay.
I actually haven't seen the original anime.
I like it. I think I get the sense that I like the original more than most people.
Huh. Yeah, I've always heard that it's like good but overshadowed by Brotherhood.
It's a different story. It's a lot darker. It's a lot less shonen than Brotherhood is. I guess that's one way of putting it.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm not, I'm not gonna say specifics, but Pride's identity. I had to bite my tongue every time that character was on screen because I was like, I just wanted to tell my sister.
Oh, all the homunculi in the original anime are different. They're all different people.
Yeah. I heard that the person who is Pride in Brotherhood is Wrath in and doesn't Ed's arm and leg become Pride, get attached to a clone or something?
No, it's different. It's kind of it's complicated.
Okay. Again, yeah, I'm interested in watching that show. Just haven't.
Goes in some interesting directions, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I should spoil on here, but If anyone's watching. If anyone's going to watch.
Yeah. My sister's also been showing me Attack on Titan.
Oh, that's so good.
I know. I watched it and I'm like, geez, I was not allowed to watch this when I was your age.
How far are you?
I'm about, I think, halfway through the first season.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've heard season 3 is really good.
Season 2 is really short, but also just amazing.
Okay.
And then season 3 is really good. Season 3 is kind of... No, season 3 is really good. And then season 4, which is on now, it is currently airing, is like a completely different show. But I'm not going to spoil it.
Okay. I was surprised at how German it is. Like yeah, like the town, like the settlements look like they look like the town I lived in. They look like Tübingen, the town I lived in Germany.
Oh, but speaking of towns, do you recognize where we are now?
Yes, but I can't remember the name of the town.
Yes, Bruma.
Yeah, Bruma. Yeah, I'm getting flashbacks to the fighting the vampire hunter as a vampire. It's so funny whenever people are like, people will like say, "You look pretty pale," and you should get well off. Also, like, I'm a professional vampire hunter, and I'm like, you're not doing a very good job of it.
Oblivion is the one that had like the vampire nightmares, isn't it? If you try to sleep as a vampire, it shows you like what it describes for you really fucked up nightmares.
Yeah.
And I wish they kept doing that for Skyrim.
Yeah. It actually adds I think an interesting element because you have to. Sometimes I'll go out in the day and I'll just spam restoration magic over and over and over and over again. But I think it adds an interesting dynamic to it.
Right, that you get the sense that you are not a natural creature. You are an abomination.
Yeah, you have to come out in the night. Yes. Speaking of night creatures who get harmed in sunlight, I also finished season 1 of Demon Slayer with my sister. Have you seen that?
I have not. No.
That one is weird. That one is. It reminds me of My Hero Academia more than anything.
I don't actually watch a lot of anime, to be honest.
Me neither.
I'm not really an anime fan. I don't think I'm not like a fan of the style. I'm just a fan of individual shows that happen to be anime. Is that the way of putting it?
Yeah.
I watch JoJo. I watch Attack on Titan. I watch FMA.
Yeah.
A few others.
The Titans in Attack on Titan, I think they're amazing. There's just this like almost a Craftian feeling of like terror. When you see
it's
them.
Uncanny Valley. That's the term.
It's what?
Uncanny Valley.
Yeah. Yeah, they really make you feel almost like an ant that's about to be stepped on.
Yeah.
You know?
So you actually really don't know like anything about the show?
No, I went into it. So it's actually funny because
nice.
I was in nice because I don't have anything spoiled or something.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I wish I could go through it completely unspoiled. I had like most of this stuff spoiled for me.
Okay.
Through the manga.
Sucks. It's funny. So I was in I think middle school when season 1 started airing, and I had an acquaintance who was like really like I can't even remember her name. But she was really into Attack on Titan, and I remember like being like, it's stupid, like I said that to her face, which it wasn't like bullying, but looking back on it, I'm like, wow, that was, if nothing else, that was just a very uninformed and statement.
No, I remember because the first season came out when I was in middle school,
Yeah.
and then the second season didn't come out until I was a senior in high school.
Yeah.
So
didn't
there's
they
an
wait-
entire like a 4-year long hiatus there.
That is great. Didn't they wait for like the manga?
I don't know, because they did-
the manga.
Maybe it was like a budget thing. I don't know the story. Apparently, it was also really hard to animate because Titans just the way they move. It's tricky to actually do
Yeah.
something like
Yeah, I
that.
can
Or
see that.
it is a gorgeous anime too. Like it's
Yeah.
hold on. Froze. Is that my computer? Or is that the game? Is that a crash? I think I just crashed.
Yeah. I just caught up to that.
Oh no! If you want to like watch Attack on Titan anytime, I'd be up for that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's How often does this game crash on you?
Not actually that often.
Yeah, I remember being surprised when I played it. It was like I heard like that it was super buggy all the time, and it's like yeah, there are definitely bugs, but
I have a weirdly good track record with game crashes. Like or
Yeah.
game bugs. I played Cyberpunk on PS4 on a PS4. It's not mini. It's the whatever it called, like the small PS4.
Oh,
No crashes.
wow,
Like in like one major stutter.
interesting.
Slim. That's it. PS4 Slim.
Interesting.
All right, I gotta find a new game to play now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put on EU4. That's a fun one. That's what I've been playing a lot lately.
yeah. Steam will often be like tell me like 3 times what you're playing. I'm like, okay, I only need to know one.
Yeah. All right, let's see if this works. And I don't know. For EU4, I don't actually really play it. I just kind of I use a lot of cheats because it's just fun.
Yeah,
I don't really
just
care.
love the paradox, like just the wacky shit that just happens.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm trying to do.
I'm not doing anything. I think you might need to create like a new scene for.
No, I think I have it set to just automatically stream whatever's in full screen.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably a good way to do that.
Yeah.
It's not usually what I do, but yeah, it's not.
So what episode are you on in Titan right now?
I'm not sure exactly. I found out. I think it's the one where you find out Misaka's backstory, like what happened to her parents.
Oh, so Aaron just I don't want to say if you haven't seen it, but
Aaron who?
you know the main character.
Oh.
The angry boy.
Oh yeah, he got yeah.
Yeah.
I actually had my sister spoil that for me. I don't know how it's undone, but it's still. I'm still seeing the black screen, by the way.
Oh. Oh yeah, I want to watch that episode with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next couple are gonna be good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I remember I was trying to use my limited knowledge of German to like parse the intro of did you like boot up Europa Universalis 4?
Yeah, it's up. Actually, the loading screen sometimes does weird stuff with Steam and streaming, so let me know if you see it now.
Oh yeah, now I do.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
My idea is I'm going to play as the British Empire. The only territory I actually own directly is going to be in Britain itself.
Okay.
Everything else is going to be vassals and colonies and all that stuff.
This looks a lot like this looks way more like Crusader Kings 2 than I was expecting.
Oh yeah. But
I guess it shouldn't be that much of a surprise, but yeah.
I think it's the most casual Paradox game, I think.
Okay.
Most arcadey. Most map painting-y. Except maybe Hearts of Iron. Right?
Yeah, I just thought Crusader Kings 2 is one of those games where it's like I always want to get into it, and then every time I play it, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so overwhelmed.
And also, I can't decide which Paradox game you can be the most evil in.
Oh boy.
Because CK2, you can castrate your children.
Yeah.
You can.
You can be like a literal Satan, like human, like an 80s idea, an 80s satanic panic idea of what a Satanist is.
In EU4, you can start the slave trade.
Oh my god.
In Victoria 2, you can create a fascist dictatorship.
Oh my god.
And then in Hoi 4, you can have Hitler win.
Oh my god.
Oh, and in Stellaris, you can actually commit genocide against entire species of sentient aliens.
Yeah. It's interesting how Crusader Kings, the example you cited in Crusader Kings was an individual.
Right. But you can also commit genocide in CK2.
Yeah, but all the others were like mass, so on a pure utilitarian perspective,
yes.
Then you would be more evil in all the other examples.
Or is it more evil because you were more personally involved in it, whereas the other games it's just an abstract sell slave to this place, just moving numbers on a piece of paper.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like again that brings up questions of like who, because like there's other people involved in the slave trade than just you are, and obviously I just want to say this 100%. Slavery is bad. I make sure no one misunderstands this, but yeah.
I am William the First of the House of Tudor, King of the United Kingdom of Great Britain. Well,
when does this game start? Like what year?
1444.
1444. Okay.
So I am King of Great Britain, King of France, King of Spain, King of Archduke of Austria, and King of Portugal.
So, doesn't this game, but Crusader Kings 2 ends in like 1450 something, right?
1453, yeah.
53, so there's a tiny bit of overlap there.
Yeah, because they wanted people to still be able to play as the Byzantines.
Okay.
And that's why it ends in 1453, because that's the date of the fall of the Byzantine Empire.
Noble Falls, yeah.
And the end of the 100 Years' War.
Oh, wow. Eventful year. The end of the 100 Years' War that lasted 116 years.
Yep, that one. Which
and was not nearly as devastating as the 30 Years' War.
Right.
Because the 100 Years' War was just like off and on, right?
Right,
like,
but even so, that on segment was very devastating if you were French. Not so much if you're English. If you're English, you send some archers over every few years and send the boats over. If you're French, every 10 years your village was burned down by angry beef eaters.
Yeah,
that's actually that was a French nickname for the English beef eaters.
Oh man. And then it was like, and then they were like, well, we want the Germans to feel the same way, so then they did the 30 Years' War.
Well, it was beef eaters or roast beef. The roast beefs. Or the...
Was that a commentary on British cooking?
Yes, and then the other one was a commentary on the British lexicon. It was Les Goddam. The people who say goddamn.
Interesting. Man, France always gets battered the hardest by these wars. I mean, like that's like World War I too. Britain obviously suffered a lot, but they were getting their homes destroyed.
I think which country has been screwed over most by war? I think it's either Poland or Italy, because Italy is the unexpected underdog there in terms of getting invaded and invading others. I was listening to a podcast yesterday about the War of Polish Succession, which, as the name implies, was about who gets to be king of Poland. Resolved almost immediately when they spent 3 years invading Italy, just fighting over Italy.
Oh man!
Actually, can you let me know if you can see this?
And then Italy goes like, we're gonna do the invading for once, and then they try and take on Menelik II and get their asses handed to them.
No, that's yeah, it was like France, Spain. It was one of those succession wars that happened in the 17th century, and then they kick out the king of Poland. This guy tries to make himself king of Poland. They kick him out, and then they just fight in Italy.
Jeez, Lithuania is huge.
Oh yeah, that's Lithuania. That's not alternate history. That's just Lithuania.
Yeah, dang.
It
is funny when just randomly you find yourself in an alternate history, like the Let's Play of Crusader Kings I watched. Italy just ended up existing.
Yeah.
Like a unified Italy, or mostly unified Italy.
No, Lithuania. From what I understand, I don't know much about Lithuanian history, but they essentially just took over the power vacuum after the Mongols left.
Okay.
They just started marching in and until somebody stopped them, which didn't happen until Zaporozhye.
They were like, we'll take over the we'll take over this like a tenth of the Mongol Empire, which is like half of Europe.
Yeah. And then they get not annexed, but like integrate with Poland. They unite with Poland, form the Commonwealth, and then Russia just starts picking away at them for a couple centuries. And yeah, and that's Lithuania. It's interesting because Lithuania is actually fairly small, even historically, because modern Lithuania, Vilnius, which is now the capital of Lithuania, wasn't actually a majority Lithuanian until after World War II. It wasn't even part of Lithuania between the wars. It was Polish.
It's funny. Speaking of chipping away at Poland, I've actually been playing a Civ 6 game as India, Chandragupta, and do you know about the loyalty mechanics in Rise and Fall?
Vaguely, is that the one with like city states?
Well, yeah, they're city states, but basically, you have to keep your citizens like happy and like in your religion and close to your empire.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They'll rebel and
right.
become a free city temporarily, and then after a certain point, they'll join up. They'll join up with other empire. You know, they'll join another empire. So in this game, I won a war with Poland and took a couple of their cities. And then like all of a sudden, all their cities just start losing all their loyalty. So I'm like not even at war with them, and I'm just like taking their whole empire. Civ 6 is interesting because it seems to be moving away from a pure absolutist version of the state. You know, like it's not. You know, cities are now not just like these were founded by your city, and they will stay here until someone else takes it from you. You know, it's like you gotta keep your people happy, otherwise they're gonna rebel. Which I actually like because it's because it's acknowledging that the inner fragility of that, which is interesting because again, Civ has historically had a much more absolute. Yeah. They also are splitting leaders. They're like kind of crowbarring leaders apart from their civilizations. So you've got these. You've got Eleanor of Aquitaine in it, and she is both. Like you can play as her as England or her as France.
Right. I remember that much.
Yeah, anyway. I find that too.
I am single-handedly propping up the Protestant Reformation.
Nice.
It's all the main Protestant realms are me, and then the other places that are ruled by me.
Okay.
Which means that Austria is actually the center of Protestantism in HRE, which is ironic. And then it's actually started in Lithuania. The actual Reformation itself took place in Lithuania.
Does the Reformation always happen in this game?
It's basically I don't think it's hard coded to happen, but it
basically always happens.
It basically always happens. There's a mechanic called a Reformed Desire, which slowly builds up through the first 50 years of the game.
Okay.
And when that hits a turning point, the Reformation begins.
Can your actions influence? Can you just start charging indulgences or whatever, and then get?
That's what I did in this game. Because usually it doesn't join until 15, 10 or whatever. But I triggered it early. I think it was, when did I trigger it? It was something like, I can actually go through, 1470. So I started at 40 years early by charging too many indulgences.
Oh, wow.
And then I took over.
Nice.
We have... most of Western Europe is now Protestant. I got Spain.
Oh man, Protestant Spain is a fun idea.
Imagine a cursed timeline where the core Protestant territory is Ireland, France, Spain, and Austria.
Germany's still Catholic? Germany and Scandinavia?
Well, northeast Germany. So Brandenburg is Catholic. Sweden is Catholic. Bohemia is Catholic. Saxony is Catholic.
Literally the mirror universe.
Yes. Well, Poland's still Catholic, so it's not that mirror.
Yeah.
The Bohemia actually kind of... It's weird because it's Austria was actually Catholic, Protestant for a time. Well, majority Protestant for a time. It was just that the monarchy was always Catholic, but the nobility was Protestant because the noble preferred. More generally speaking,
the nobles were honestly, I'm kind of interested as to why certain states didn't go Protestant, because it's kind of a better deal. Henry VIII was just screw the church, if I become a Protestant I can do whatever I want.
Then Henry VIII also, his new church was basically just Catholicism, but he's the Pope.
He's the Pope, yeah. That's true.
So then again, the Catholic Church generally was more tolerant and more accepting than the Protestants for most of the Reformation.
Yeah, especially when you get into the Puritans. Most
of the stuff that we associated with the Catholic Church in the Middle Ages was actually the Protestants during the Reformation, like witch trials and just massacres and all that stuff.
That's true. It's interesting because Europe, is much more secular than America, despite all this, and I remember it being positive that part of it was just that they were tired of all these centuries of sectarian infighting. I'm sure it's more complicated than that, but yeah.
Anyway, got a new colony in Africa.
Yay!
Mussel Bay. What fun.
Yeah.
Alright, now let's see my colonies. I have Cuba, English Cuba, and then I have New York here. Yay.
You have Cuba, English Cuba, and New York Cuba.
I'm spreading British cuisine to all parts of the world.
Oh, how I wish that was the worst British atrocity.
They committed genocide to get spices and then never use them.
I like British bacon. British bacon is by far superior to American bacon, and especially better than Canadian bacon.
You know what's better in Britain? KFC. British KFC is better than American KFC. Yeah. I don't know why that is, but it is.
Yeah.
Ooh, fish. Wonderful. It's just kind of more of a chill game, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Portugal, by the way. They're getting Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
That's not probably not going to be Dominican. Oh, it is Dominican. Because Saint Dominic was a big Catholic saint.
Yeah.
And so I heard described once as like an anti-saint. He was an anti-saint for Protestants.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. So like an anti-hero, but for saint instead of...
No, more like even just very unpopular. Kind of like what's like an evil saint.
Okay.
Because he was associated with the Dominican order, which was, and again, most of what it was, because we're English speaking, most of our cultural associations with the Catholic Church are through English sources, which were very anti-Catholic, and so a lot of the common, more popular imagination of Catholics is English Protestant propaganda about them.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I've only recently become aware of how much crap Catholics have gotten in America over.
Oh yeah,
not the same amount as other marginalized people, but still. Geez.
I mean, yeah. Have you read about the Klan? The Klan was like the Catholics were one of their main targets.
Yeah, I think it was Ian Danskin and you in the studios who said, there's no single issue bigots. Ask the Klansmen what they think about Catholics sometimes, or better yet, don't.
And the Nazis also hated Catholics.
Yeah.
The Nazis
were just like their religion stuff was weird.
They were like pagan atheists is one way of I think that's the way to put Nazi religion as pagan atheism.
Yeah, I mean, they also used Christian. They
used it because most Germans were Christian, but if you're talking about the actual party itself, the inner circle of the party, then it was somewhere between Nietzsche and Wagner.
Oh yeah.
Okay, what else we got? Burgundy is supposed to just completely cease to exist around this time, but it never does.
What's Burgundy again?
That's this place here. Because historically, the Duke of Burgundy, this was like feudal territory controlled by the Duke of Burgundy.
Okay.
And after his death, the territory was divided between Austria and France.
Okay.
And the southern Burgundy became eastern France, just that region there. And then northern Burgundy, which was, this area here, became Belgium.
It's like Charlemagne's grandsons all over again.
Yep.
What was that? What was the middle part called? Lombardy?
No, that's northern Italy. Lotharingia.
Okay.
Or Lotharingia, because it was after Lothair, who was one of the grandsons of Charlemagne. I don't remember.
Okay.
That's not my area.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Look at that. Little Novgorod.
Seeing, like, the Austro-Hungarian Empire on World War I maps because it's just so huge compared to like the 30 different dinky little states that came out of it.
Especially when you see what happened to Hungary, the Hungarian parts of the empire after the war. And there are actually still irredentists in Hungary who want the 1914 borders restored, which is basically all of this, and then that.
Hungary's weird because recently it's leaned so hard right, even compared to other European.
Notice that was a lot of.
I'm not sure exactly why.
Well, I think that's a trend of a lot of post-Soviet states. Poland also has gone fairly far right. Not so much Romania, but Russia's the big one, of course. But
yeah,
a big part. I think the big part of that is just anti-communist reaction.
Yeah, honestly, I think that ironically, if fascism takes hold in Europe again, Germany's going to be the last place it happens.
Right.
It can still happen there, and then, but like from what I've seen, they are like very hard line against any form of
right.
Yeah, I just realized.
I'm gonna be back in a second. I'm gonna get some water.
Okay. Anyone? I guess people are. I guess it's just me for right now. Yeah. So. I don't know. Let's see. More people were typing in the live chat. That would give me something to do. Yeah. How are listening in on the how cats listening watching people listening. Huh, my voice is really quiet.
Alright, I'm back.
Sweet. It's funny, I just realized how the things that we talk about are affected by the games that we're playing.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It's pretty obvious, I guess, but it's also, so that, I don't know.
Alright, see any other fan facts I can find on this map? Oh yeah, that's a fun one. Theodoro. Why is it Muslim? Yeah, the Goths. They're actually a tribe of Goths, as in like the Goths that contributed to the destruction of the Roman Empire, that settled in the southern Crimea and lived there until
over there.
Well, they started over there. The question is how they got to Rome. Some just hung out here and stayed there until around this time, actually, like 1,000 years in this part of the peninsula. I'm gonna actually no, I can't show that, but I can't show.
I've been listening to the through one of my alt accounts, and my voice is a lot quieter than yours.
Huh. I'm using a mic, like a proper mic. What are you using?
I'm using a mic too.
Okay. Well, not a proper mic. I'm using a headset.
Yeah. I turned the volume on my computer down. I don't know if that would do anything, but let me check. My voice sounds louder now. Maybe the volume on my computer was amplifying your. Yeah. Okay.
No, Kazan. They lost Kazan. Kazan lost Kazan. Novgorod lost Novgorod.
So was what is now Russia? Did it look like this at this time?
Well, I think at this time Muscovy was smaller, but around something like this. Kazan definitely still had Kazan.
So when does Russia start to be a thing?
Define Russia.
I don't know, just the modern, the general like shape and idea of Russia,
The modern state of Russia, 1991.
Yeah. Yeah, well, okay, that's fair, but I guess I'm thinking more pre pre what was I saying? I'm thinking more like, okay, how do we get from this to 1917?
Ivan the Terrible. First, that was the first Tsar of Russia. Well, I think it said it was Tsar of the Rus, Tsar of all Rus.
Okay.
And Emperor of all Russia, basically. Well, or Emperor of all the Russias, as in all the Russian states. That was, I think, 1547.
Okay.
Ivan is crowned Tsar of Russia.
Because everyone wants to be the new Caesar.
Yes. Though actually, you still have the title Tsar be used until 1917, but officially that title ceases to be used in, I think, 17 of, I don't remember the exact year. It was during the reign of Peter the Great. He officially renames himself Emperor.
Interesting.
Well, Imperator, using the Roman term.
So he went from Caesar to Imperator.
Yes, because Peter the Great was a massive, Westophile, especially the Dutch. He loved the Dutch. He is a really fascinating figure. I am convinced he had autism, because there are a few other explanations for what he does. He just, I don't know. I found no other theories for this, but that's my theory.
Interesting. Yeah, I've heard people say that Darwin had autism.
Yeah, he's another candidate. But no, I think Peter the Great, he had a special interest. He acted strange around. He had like noticeable facial tics, and like what's the word? There are records of him having meltdowns. He has like a bunch of the symptoms have been recorded for him, but they have been. The main explanation I think is now is like epilepsy, like a mild form of epilepsy, but I don't know. I think differently.
That sounds plausible, but yeah.
He died of not peeing enough. That's not related to autism. That's just fun fact.
Yeah.
He was 6'8".
I did know about that.
He disguised himself as a random merchant and traveled to the Netherlands incognito so he could learn how to build ships.
Damn. Oh yeah, St. Petersburg was like his big thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, he built that city himself with rock and roll. It's about the second worst song I've ever written.
Greater Bill and Ted.
What?
I don't know. Are we talking Peter the Great or Bill and Ted?
No, Starship. You know the song.
I know this. I know the song. I don't know. It sounded like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. The second worst song ever written.
Yeah, it's wait, what's the first?
Lips of an Angel. Worst song ever written.
I have not heard that song.
It was on all the time in like 2007. It sucks. It sucks so bad.
Oh man. Yeah.
Calling it butt rock is an insult to my butt. And the concept of rocks.
Yeah.
Okay, now what should I do? Oh hey, we discovered the West Coast. We discovered the worst station in EU4.
What's that?
Haida.
Okay.
Strange because it's a fascinating people. They're fascinating people in real life. They're basically Alaskan Vikings.
Oh wow.
But they're just really bad in this game.
Okay.
Oh, actually, no. Were they? No, they weren't Alaskan. Actually, they were British Columbian. Well, what is now British Columbia, west coast of Canada.
Yeah.
No, I'm just going through and converting all of these little places here. Not a lot to comment on. I could switch. I should probably switch games. Find something more interesting to play.
Up to you, man. I'm just along for the ride.
All right. Let's see. What do I got? What do I got?
I don't know if you know this, but I literally called this Jekyllstein Gary Play Something with CJPKingofMars.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. I'm going to see if I can actually find it. Oh, there it is.
Jekyllstein Gary Play Something with CJPKingofMars.
Oh, that's... yeah. Wait, so... Which one of us is Heisenberg, and which one of us is...
Kira?
Who is that? Light... Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. That's, that I was just, like, I just had a thumbnail for a video I did, about the comparisons between Light and Walter White, which I think are actually pretty extensive and interesting. But I was just like, yeah, those are two people, so I might as well use that for this.
Two characters who were right about everything they did nothing wrong, and are heroes who should be idolized and looked up to as real men.
Oh man, that is. I mean, like there's actually like it's funny how much Death Note reminds me of Breaking Bad. I don't know how. Like,
I think the Light goes from season 1 Breaking Bad to season main character of Breaking Bad is Mr. Breaking Bad. Light goes from season 1 Walter to season 5 Walter in the space of like one episode.
Yeah, exactly. He goes from unassuming high school student to I would become the god of the new world in like half an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You know, there's not a one-to-one parallel, but.
Oh, can you actually see this now? Can you see anything on the screen?
Give me a couple seconds, because I can't, but it might just be delayed.
Right.
Oh yeah, now I do. Is this... What is this?
You'll see.
Assembly? Is that the Creative Assembly logo? Total War?
Yeah. Total War.
Is this... Which one is this?
Warhammer 2.
Okay.
Alright. You know much about Warhammer?
No, just forewarning, I have no idea of the Warhammer universe. Like, I got nothing on it.
Alright, it's pretty cool. We got elves, we got lizard people, we got dark elves, we've got rat people, we got a vampire pirate.
Vampire pirate.
We've got mummies. We've got Joan of Arc.
Okay.
I actually don't know how to play it.
Power shall heal my mind. I wield the
Madam Captains, I lost red
Cinderman downstairs?
What?
I think I'm here. I think
the
my family is. Have you heard? You know the song Cinderman?
Oh, I thought you said Slender Man.
Oh no. My family's all playing Slender the Arrival downstairs.
Like Nina Simone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the song. I like that. It's a good song.
Have you seen Lovecraft Country?
No.
It plays in that. It's funny because my family was watching me and my parents were watching Lovecraft Country at the same time as me and the rest of the whole family was watching Lucifer. So we heard different versions of Cinderman.
Lucifer is the encapsulation of everything that is right and wrong with modern television.
Yeah.
In that it is Satan, the Dark Lord, comes to Earth, ascends from hell, the King of Darkness, ascends from hell, and starts solving crime with the LAPD, with a spunky lady detective.
Yeah, it is certainly not like the best television I've ever seen, but I do enjoy watching it.
What is the best television you've ever seen?
I don't know. I would probably HBO's Chernobyl.
Really?
Breaking Bad. I don't know. I would say Game of Thrones, except for later seasons. Also, Game of Thrones was never like I enjoyed it and I liked watching it, but I was never hooked on it in the same way other people were. I don't know. I think finding the best of anything is like it's too hard. It's too broad for me to narrow it down. At least for me personally. For games, it's usually just like To the Moon. To the Moon probably just because it resonated with me so personally. Like Night in the Woods. Plenty of Storm, Yeah, it's like, I don't, anyway, sorry, what were we saying?
The greatest television show of all time, if you ask me. I actually have an answer.
Okay.
The Sopranos.
I've seen like the first 6 episodes and I want to finish it.
Brilliant show.
Yeah, I also need to watch The Wire.
Yeah.
Do not waste my potential.
Okay. I think a bunch of these characters, I do not know which one to play as. We can play as the elves, lizardmen, dark elves. This is the actual different campaign, so I'll also play as humans, Germans, basically, dwarves, orcs, vampires, Vikings, that guy, the French.
Let's do vampires.
Cool. I've done a vampire campaign, actually.
You haven't done it?
I have not actually done a vampire count campaign. Right?
Let's see it. It's, I'm trying to think. What was I? I was gonna ask something. I can't remember. Have you seen Godless?
No.
I wanna watch that. I've heard it's good. It's like kind of a neo-western miniseries on Netflix about like a fictionalized version of the Mountain Meadows Massacre. You know what that is?
Is that the one where it was the Mormons slaughtered a group of Native Americans?
I think that was a different one, or maybe it wasn't.
Or maybe that was like the Meadow Massacre or something.
I think the Mountain Meadows Massacre was settlers. Was like other people.
Oh no, that's right. It was like Mormons killed Native. They blamed it on Native Americans. I think. Maybe that's another. Yeah.
Something like that. I mean, Mormon history is like so interesting. Once you leave, like once I left the Mormon church and like actually started learning the history that wasn't like not super whitewashed and stuff, I was like, damn, this is some interesting shit. Like, I'm like seriously, I really want a HBO series on just like Joseph Smith's life and not like the Mormon propaganda version of it. But did you see Murder Among Mormons?
Nope.
That one was interesting.
All right, here we go.
I don't normally like true crime, but that's all I could.
All right, here you go. We got a battle. Vampires against other vampires.
Woo! Vampire Civil War!
Yeah. Alright. Actually, I haven't played it on this. I got a new computer like a month ago, and I still haven't played this game on it, so I'm going to see how it goes. Should be fine.
Soldiers are ready to deploy for battle.
Yeah, I'm already like... The computer, if I had known that I would be starting my channel when I got this computer, I would have gotten a bit of a bulkier one.
Yeah.
Because this one was pretty cheap, and it works fine, except it's hard. You know, you need something with a good DPU to render stuff and encode a video from that
All right.
rendering.
We've got Manfred von Karstein. We've got...
That sounds like you just told someone come up with the archetypal vampire name.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically... This series, Warhammer Fantasy, is not the most original when it comes to world building.
Okay.
You know what the Japan equivalent in this universe is called?
What?
Nippon.
Oh my god.
The China equivalent is Cathay.
Okay. What, like... So Warhammer 40K is this in space, basically?
Yeah.
Sorry, this in space!
The equivalent of Germany, well, is well, actually not Germany, but like one of the states in the equivalent of Germany is Reichsland.
Oh my god.
Okay, so we got zombies. We got skeleton warriors. We got zombies. We got crypt ghouls.
So I actually...
Got a giant bat.
Metro 2033 yet, but I have actually been I've been playing the game some more. And do you remember the part where the Soviets fighting the communists fighting the Nazis, like the Neo?
I haven't actually played the game. I've played part of the game. I haven't actually gotten that far in it.
Okay. Okay. Well, I guess this is kind of a spoiler, but it's not. Do you mind?
I don't mind.
It's not a big. So there's this part where like you end up in a Nazi death camp, and it's like, and so I was like, oh boy, you know, it's framed dead straight. You know, this is Metro, so it's not. It's like gritty realness. You know, gritty. Not I should say gritty, like, you know, depressing topics are pretty common in it. And so I was like, okay, I gotta stop this recording, gotta stop this session, stop this episode. Go, you know, do something else, you know, and then they come back and I'm like, okay, and then, but I do a whole content warning thing, because I'm like, it's Nazi camp, you know, and then you immediately get rescued by a soldier, and then you spend the whole level in this, the most first-person shooter part of the whole game, you know? It feels like it just like, what's the time to be Call of Duty for 15 minutes? It was very strange.
Right.
But I kind of loved it, too. I don't know.
Well, after reading the book, it's not the kind of book that you really adapt into a game. Because the best parts of the book are just the descriptions of, you know, the Metro and how it's kind of just... It's made the war has made the Metro into kind of like a Lovecraftian place that is, you know, the Earth has died, mankind is dying, and this is what's left, and that's not even the worst of it. That's the book essentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were just these descriptions of the tunnels as being just vast darkness.
Man.
And they don't even have that many monsters in the books. I mean, the first like monster mention is just rats. It's just like a horde of rats that are starving to death because of the war. That just overrun an entire station. In the prologue, well, not the prologue, but in the backstory.
That does sound like a Russian post-apocalypse story.
Yeah. Only in Russian post-apocalypse could they have killed a god.
Yeah. Oh, is that what causes the...
No, it's a nuclear war, but the nuclear war kills God.
Oh my god. Right.
Yes, him. Okay, so... We've got two sides.
There's also a game I played called Alder's Blood. Starts literally, it's like, yeah, we killed God and now everything went to hell.
Oh, by the way, are you getting any weird lag on this?
A bit, just a bit of No,
Yeah, because I'm getting that too.
Interesting.
Okay. Actually, you know what? I don't know what we can play, actually. You ever played GeoGuessr?
GeoGuessr. I haven't even heard of that.
I'm going to see if I can play that. I have a good idea.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
God, why is this? Oh, you hear that? I'm assuming you hear the fire alarm.
Yep.
Steam from the shower.
I see. And let's go. Right now, that's not it. Okay, it should be anything that goes full screen, which should include this.
Okay. Just waiting a bit. I was gotta account for the lag, the input, or the not lag, the latency, input delay, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Do you see anything now?
No. Yeah, I'm still not seeing anything.
Okay. Let me see if I can add game capture. Okay. Hold on, is this gonna... Give me a minute. I gotta check this out real quick. Actually, let's stop the stream for a minute.
Stop the stream?
Yeah.
Just end it, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
For a minute. I gotta figure this out.
Day?
No, I just gotta figure this out.
Okay. So,